I've got a word for you. Macro harder with 2 R's. Like the Xbox gamer tag of a 13-year-old boy that's hopped up on energy drinks and Takis that thinks Trump is cool because he owns the libs. And fittingly, I'm talking about someone who's not far off from that 13-year-old boy, Elon Musk, who is building a $20 billion data center in Mississippi, and it is the largest private investment in the history of that state. This is a facility that will house what Elon and his goons are calling the world's largest supercomputer. And Elon, obviously compensating, named it Macro Harder with the 2 R's at the end. $20 billion, Macro Harder. The richest man alive with the most expensive computer ever built. Looked at it and said, hard. Real mature, Elon. And the name here, that's really the only funny part. Because when you have the richest companies in human history that are running up the largest electric bill ever conceived, they are trying to split the check with you. Did you agree to it? Because I don't remember agreeing to that. And Bloomberg, among others, have been running the numbers here with these data centers. Areas near these heavy data center activity, wholesale electric costs have gone up as much as 267% in the last 6 years. 267%. So you and I were sitting in our living rooms in August with the thermostat set at 78, sweating into your couch so that you can save $20 so that you can afford to fill up your car. While down the road, a warehouse full of servers is air conditioned like a meat locker around the clock, so that a chatbot can make one of those crappy images that shows you as an idealized cartoon. And the grid upgrades that the warehouse demands, that gets spread across everyone's power bill. Yours, your grandmother's, all while this trillion-dollar company that sits inside that building negotiated themselves sweetheart rates and massive tax breaks. And look, Mississippi, bless their heart, they wanted macro harder so badly that they waived everything. Sales tax, corporate income tax, franchise taxes, all of it for the richest man on the planet. Elon Musk got tax breaks that you and I have to cover. And what do the neighbors of these data centers get in return? Well, Musk's existing supercomputer over in Memphis, just across the Mississippi border, has been linked to air pollution in predominantly black neighborhoods. The NAACP, they are raising the alarm, and Mississippi residents have already filed a class action. So locals, they're getting the smog, the power drain, and the bill. And in exchange, they were promised, and this is from the sales pitch, hundreds of permanent jobs. Hundreds. For the cost of $20 billion. Yep. And this is exactly what the kumquat kleptocrat Donald Trump calls winning the AI race. And as for Trump's federal government, fully, openly, proudly on their team, not ours. Look at Lee Zeldin. His EPA literally markets itself as, quote, clearing the regulatory path for the data centers. That's the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, clearing the path for polluters. Congress, at the demand of their constituents, thankfully has a dozen bills trying to make these companies pay for their own power costs. Yet those bills are going nowhere. Because the industry, in the words of Senator Blumenthal, the industry wants total freedom from oversight while shifting the cost onto consumers. Meanwhile, the states can hear their voters screaming at the mailbox as they open their bills. Over 300 legislative bills have been filed about data centers in more than 30 states just this year. And yes, even Ron DeSantis, Lift Shoes DeSantis, signed a law barring utilities from dumping the costs of data centers onto regular ratepayers. Yeah, the short king, Ron DeSantis, is currently to the left of your federal government when it comes to protecting your electric bill. My God, it feels like I just had a stroke. Or maybe DeSantis is just doing this because the data centers have become political napalm because you are speaking out. Which brings me to the most pathetic panic move of the week, and it comes from Texas. Greg Abbott suddenly announcing that he's moving to curb data center costs for Texans. This is the same state whose data center tax exemptions ballooned from just $14 million to now a projected $3.3 billion. But it's an election year, and the bills have come due. And the governors who sold you out are now trying to win you back, much like an arsonist showing up to the forest fire that they caused with a 10-ounce cup of water saying, "See, I hate fire." And the justification for all of it, for every gigawatt, every wave tax, in Trump's mind, is beating China. The same China that Trump simultaneously is claiming is already interfering with our elections. So, you must hand big tech your power grid, your water, your air quality, and your tax dollars so that we can stop China from helping Donald Trump lose the election. While Donald Trump says that China is already controlling the election anyway. Oh, and by the way, the data hunger, it doesn't stop at your meter because Meta, they just announced that they're going to use your activity on other websites, run it through their AI to personalize your feed. So let's total up your contribution to this glorious new AI future. Inflated power bill, breathing exhaust fumes, giving up your privacy, your browsing history. While Elon Musk, he's going to get a tax holiday and sweetheart rates and a ribbon cutting because he's going to bring you hundreds of jobs. You are funding your own surveillance at the markup of 267%. And the building doing it was named via brain rot, macro harder. So check what is being permitted in your county. Show up to the commission meetings and then let me know in the comments, what has your power bill looked like? What has it done this year? And then do me a favor, subscribe, because this entire grift runs on nobody noticing as they build macro harder in your own backyard.